Hey guys, I have done this intro so many times, it's getting annoying now, but my name is Kezia Lawrence and I'm starting up my YouTube channel. Yay! So every little girl has a dream of doing YouTube, but I'm going to try and fulfill that little dream and see if it takes me anywhere. If it flops and I will stop. But if it doesn't flop and it actually helps people, then so be it. We'll continue. So a little bit about me is that I am 21. I live in the UK and I am an endometriosis girly and a mental health girly. So basically this channel is going to be dedicated to both of them things. I want to try and do it so it's kind of like vlogging, also doing these sort of videos where I'm just chatting and making sense of everything. We'll just see how it goes and see what happens, but that is basically my idea. So the title of this video is going to be related to endometriosis because that is going to be my main thing about today. So yeah, let's get started. So what actually is endometriosis? Endometriosis is basically where there is excess tissue that is found in the uterus, but it's grown outside the womb. It also can spread to different organs like your lungs. It can end up in your bowels. It can mess up a lot of your body realistically. 1 in 10 women suffer with it, which is an absurd amount of people, with the fact that it takes about 10 years on average to get a diagnosis of endometriosis. It's crazy. It's absolutely baffling. So I am on the waiting list for endometriosis. I've been back and forth with gynecology for a couple of years now. I've been back and forth with the doctors since 13, but I've just had my pre-assessments for my laparoscopy, which is the surgery which you can get diagnosed for endometriosis with. So I'm kind of just waiting for my surgery date now. I'm suspected endometriosis. I don't have the diagnosis of endometriosis yet, but it's still important and it's just as important. And even if I don't have endometriosis, there still will be a thing of me trying to find out what I actually have, because what I have is not normal and what the symptoms are not normal. So we know there's something going wrong, we just don't know what it is. And it's really isolating and debilitating. And I think this is why I wanted to come onto YouTube, just to kind of make sure people don't think they're the only ones, because it is just so difficult, and explaining what you have is also difficult to people that don't understand it. Today is just going to be the focus of kind of like my experiences and what I know. I did my dissertation on endometriosis of the mental health side of things, so I know a little bit about that. Obviously, again, not a healthcare professional, don't really know exactly what I'm saying, but it's all just based off my life and my experiences and my dissertation of what I found out and learned. I got my period when I was going into year 7. So I was about 11 years old when I started my period, which is quite early, but yeah. So kind of when I started my period, it was fine. Like obviously, as every little girl chooses, like it is absolutely daunting when you start your period. It is terrifying, you don't know what's going on. But then you kind of make sense of it, and obviously you've got to live with it every single month now. So yeah, basically, I went back and forth with the doctors from year 7 to like year 11, back and forth, because I was having so much bleeding, like heavy bleeding. I was getting through tampons every 2 hours, and it was like the green pack, which obviously is a lot. My cramps were so severe, couldn't go into school, had to go home while at school because I was just in so much pain. So I was investigated with my stomach cramps, because I used to get migraines as well. They kind of did all these tests. Endometriosis wasn't even mentioned. That wasn't even a thing. Like kind of my whole menstrual cycle just wasn't really included in this investigation. And I went through scans, lots of blood tests, etc, and basically they came to the conclusion that I had stomach migraines. I was put on medication for stomach migraines because ended up coming back from school in so much pain. I'd have to lay on the floor, and because it wasn't always just around my period, it was like continuous every single day. It didn't matter if I was bleeding or not. I had these stomach cramps so bad, and the headaches, so they kind of just assumed that I had stomach migraines. So I was put on medication for that for about a couple of years or so. I didn't really notice that much of a difference. I think it was kind of like a placebo effect where it was just like in my brain thinking that I was getting treated for something. So I just kind of dealt with it. Looking back, that just was not the case, and it just was not working, and it's just a shambles basically. And then when I went to university in 2023, I came to Leeds. It was getting a lot worse. My cramps were unbearable. I started losing all kind of feelings in my legs when I had the bad cramps. I ended up going to the doctors about it. They ended up referring me to the gynecology, and it's been about 2 years of me just going back and forth to the gynecology and going back and forth to the doctors with all different symptoms and stuff. I've now had my pre-assessment for surgery, so now I'm just waiting for a surgery date, which is absolutely ridiculous, because why am I having a pre-assessment for surgery without even a surgery date? Doesn't really make any sense. It just gets me so angry, because like I just feel like I've had no help in this time of waiting for this surgery, and I can't afford to go to private healthcare. I am a uni student graduating this year, and I'm going to do my masters. There's just no way I can afford that. But that's my experience anyways. I struggled a lot with work. I used to work at Hollywood Bowl, obviously great. I'm not gonna go into detail about that, but I had a few CNAs because of my absences, and I almost lost my job because of it, because of my cramps and everything like that. And that's when I think it really hit me of like the seriousness of this effect of endometriosis. What do you mean I could lose my job because of a chronic illness? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then it's like, if you've lost your job, then how am I supposed to get another job? And basically the same thing could happen again. Luckily I didn't lose my job. I ended up leaving anyways because of the hours. I had one manager who was like really lovely, and she was just the best, and she made sure that there was stuff put into place. If I needed it, I could like go sort myself out, because a lot of the time obviously I would lose feeling in my legs. I'd have to take 5-10 minutes just to regain the consciousness back in my legs. I used to go home crying all the time, just thinking that I'm going to be losing my job and I have no income. And it was a scary time because I had rent to pay, I had bills to pay. It was just not a vibe. It was not a vibe. Luckily, starting this new job, other than the fact I hate it and I will be finding a new job, I haven't had any sick days, which is good. It's still a fear of mine because I don't want to use and abuse. Like, even if I go to work and I'm in so much pain, I just will not say anything, because I don't want to lose out on the money, hours, and I don't want to risk losing my job over it. It's a stressful situation. It's a stressful time. I can't handle that. I can't handle that. It goes for the same for everyone. With endometriosis, there's always that fear about losing their job. There's just nothing from the government to put into place about that, which is really upsetting, to be honest. Like, even now I've got cramps, and I'm in so much pain, but I just want to be able to do this and get through it, and then I'll be laying in bed. I have work at 5 and I need these cramps to go. I also find that the heat does not help my cramps at all. I mean, obviously I'm a mental health queen, which means I'm on sertraline. I'm on 200 milligrams of sertraline, and the heat just does not work well with me. My endometriosis just flares up so bad in the heat. I have stomach pains all the time. I can't control it at all, and it's just a nightmare because I feel sick from the sertraline and this heat, and then I feel sick from my stomach cramps. It's just an ongoing thing. It is not helpful. I mean, I'm working full time, but it's bare minimum. Bare minimum. I can just about pay my rent and I can feed myself. That's basically it. But, you know, it's all about the journey. It's about the journey. That's what I need to keep remembering, and that's what you guys need to remember. It is the journey. I probably missed loads of stuff. I don't want to just be rambling at people for so long, because I know my voice is not very entertaining. I don't have a very good accent. I don't have a fun little voice. I just kind of wanted to be real. I know I went on a tangent about a lot of stuff, so I probably will have to edit most of that out. Yeah, it is a boring one, but I just wanted to kind of share my story. Obviously it's not the full story. I do want to know what people want to hear, so if there's anything about endometriosis, any questions, any stories, or anything you want me to tell, or speak about, then please feel free to put it in the comments. This could be a flop. I've said this before, it could be a massive flop and no one sees this video, which is just great. It's just great, a boost of confidence, you know. But if it does end up reaching people, then I do want people to reach out to me, and I will be reading the comments and everything like that. There might be a video where I go into detail about my dissertation on endometriosis and mental health, because I learned a lot from that, and statistic wise it's crazy. I want to make this YouTube account a safe space for people with mental health and endometriosis, and anyone else really, but I just kind of wanted to get like the grounds of it. Obviously I might have to do another video about my mental health, because but that's a long one. That is gonna be a long one. Too much time and effort for today. If you did watch this video, I really appreciate you. You could be laughing at me, being like, what the hell is she doing, or what the hell is she thinking? She should not be a YouTuber. And if that's so, I will stop. I do want to be able to do daily vlogs, because I also want to show daily vlogs of a life of endometriosis, because every day is a different day, no day is the same. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching and clicking on my video. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon, and yeah, have an awesome day and stay safe if you're in the UK, because the heat is crazy. But yeah, love you guys, bye.
Spacey, I've been lost inside a daydream. These hopes of mine could really break.